CPAM, also known as Cystic Pulmonary Airway Malformation, also known as Congenital Pulmonary Airway Malformation, previously known as CCAM. Okay, I know that was a lot of medical mumbo jumbo to take in. That's how I felt when I first got it. So much going on, but we're finally somewhere like we feel like we can see the finish line in sight. She will have a follow-up appointment soon, and I'll let you guys know about that too. But we were at an appointment, and every single time they listen to her lungs, or they're checking, like, just how she responds to things as far as breathing and things. She seems absolutely fine, like 100% fine. You would never know that anything is wrong on the inside. So that means she's asymptomatic, which means she shows no symptoms or signs of this thing that she has. So the doctor told us, I know you guys have gone through the ringer. We just need to do a CAT scan since she's big enough, because she's chunky and she can handle it. And we need to do a CAT scan because that will give us a definite answer. And the camera will go in there and we'll be able to see what it is. Days later, they called me back, let me know, okay, this is our definite answer. It is CPAM for sure. And right now, everybody has, let's educate you for a minute. So, of course, in our lungs, we have three lobes in our lungs, which is the top, middle, and lower. In her lower lobe of her right lung, she had, it was filled with cysts. And there were big cysts and there were small cysts. Either way, they were all full, and it was getting to the point where it was affecting some of her lung tissue that was growing, and it was like pushing down on it, and it could eventually start affecting her. So she could go from being asymptomatic to being symptomatic, and we didn't know what that was going to look like or feel to her, or if there was going to be pain. Also, we didn't want the cyst to get infected, because then it could spread and it could be 50 times worse. We just didn't want to imagine that. So, of course, we had to be extra careful with her so that she didn't get sick or pneumonia or anything, because somebody with pulmonary issues, that's very hard for them to fight, and it's very hard to treat. So, the time that it took us from her CPAM to meeting with a surgeon, because we were advised that she needs surgery as soon as possible, because we do not want these things to expand anymore in her body, and we want them to be out. We don't want it to keep affecting the growth of her lungs. If we get them out, then her lungs can grow normal, happy, and healthy. So then, we decided, okay, let's just do it. Just recently, we had the surgery for her. It was only a couple of days ago. All our family was there. Well, not all of our family, but a lot of our family was there to help and be there for us and support us during this time. She went back. She had to be put to sleep, and a tube had to be put down her throat. She went back, like with the surgeons, at about 1 something. They didn't start until about 2:15, because they had to position her the right way. The great part about it is that they called us every hour to let us know how her surgery was going. When it was done, the surgeon came down there and talked to us. He actually showed us real life pictures of the cysts and how big they were compared to the rest of her lungs. And he informed us that he took out the entire lower lobe of her lungs. Now, since she's so small, the other two lobes can grow, and she can like live normal like that. Now, me, if I were to get a lobe taken out of my lungs, I've been used to operating with all three for all of this time. So it'd take a while for me to adjust. Nevertheless, my baby is such a trooper. She had to be in recovery for almost 2 hours, and by the time we saw her, she's in a baby hospital bed crib. I know my baby is chunky, but when I first saw her, I'm thinking, whoa, she's big. But actually, when you have like surgeries, especially surgeries for that long and that intense, it traumatizes your body. So it like puts it into shock, and your body swells. So by the next day, her swelling had gone down, and then the next day after that, it had gone down completely. So, they told us just be prepared to be in the hospital for 2 to 4 days. Well, at that point, we're like, okay, we're basically going to be camping out here. We've taken off work and everything. Little girl is literally acting like she never had surgery. As long as she had her pain medicine, she was absolutely fine. So they told us, you know what? She's recovering just well. We're going to go ahead and let you guys go. And she can just finish recovering from home because she's doing well. All her vital signs are great. She's just doing amazing. She is super baby. So happy. I'm so proud of my little trooper. And I really encourage people, if you are going through a pregnancy or just even have a child, make sure you have routine checkups. Make sure you go to those routine pregnancy appointments. They seem like they're not much because sometimes they seem like a waste of time, but it is everything, because I'm so glad that we caught this in the beginning, because since she's asymptomatic, if we would have never caught this, we would have never known that that was happening inside of her body. And perhaps we would have found out when she did become symptomatic and it got too bad. So I'm just so thankful for having health insurance, going to my appointments, having a relationship with God, and just trusting that everything was going to be okay despite what we were told. And I'm just overjoyed. And I could talk about this for a good 20 minutes, but I'm not going to. But anyways, as always, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and check me out on mrsblogaholic.com. Have a good one. Bye.